literally just about to start the collective message from the fairies on this new moon in Cancer. We've had a poppy come out, obviously representing peace, lest we forget. And I was just about to start, and this one went flying across the room. I've had a swallow. I think it's a swallow that's come in through the door and out through the window, which is quite nice. But this is, I surrender to outcomes. I let go control of outcomes. I'm viewing things from a different angle. I release control, and it just flew across the room. Obviously it blew across the room, but it flew across the room, so I feel like that's quite prevalent at this moment in time. Also, my Abby BB gave me 2 ravens, well, pulled out 2 ravens yesterday. I don't know if any of you saw the post that I put up, but look at those. Now, I've been trying to make them into a crown for 2 days now, and they're just not ready to be crowned. But I think the idea is, obviously, they'll go something like that. And it's integrating the dark and the light. Now, we've shifted, mark me up if I'm wrong, but we've shifted from Gemini season into Cancer. And so I think we've got the sun in Cancer, the moon in Cancer. I think Jupiter has just moved into Cancer, which hasn't been in Jupiter for a long time. So really powerful manifesting energies, but integrating the shadow and the light. I like to put them, I'm going to have them that way around. Integrating the shadow and the light. And Gemini season really did, especially with that full moon, really did bring out inwardly some stuff that needed to be cleared, reflections of self in others. Underneath that we've got Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, I'm in my heart space. If ever there is a time for the Queen of Cups, it's now. It's Cancer. Cancer represents, obviously it's the moon, but Cancer represents, you know, that nurturing, taking care of oneself, wanting to take care of other people, house, home, but it's got to be self-care, always. I fill my cup first. I've moved it here because of signal, but I may have to move it again. So, I've done my cards. I would like a message, protection of the highest level, messages from the fairies for the collective in this new moon in Cancer. What opportunities have we got? What's the energy feeling like? Is there any gateways, portals? What work can we do on ourselves? What message? Hopefully they're not going to go flying. If they do, I'm going to have to shut the door. Wind, stop. Messages of the highest level for the collective in this new moon in Cancer this evening. I think the sun is in Cancer. What have we learned from Gemini season? What is the message? Temperance. So temperance is, I'm focused. I know exactly where I'm going. This is past, present, future, all in one. It's being present in the moment, but she knows where she's going. And the other thing about temperance, it's balancing the books, it's getting things in order, paperwork needing signing, but it's past, present, future, all flowing. And she is pouring this water, which is her emotions, into this cup without actually seeing. She's not looking, but she is 100% focused in her direction, where she's going, and she's in the flow. So that's what the message is get into the flow. Now, one of the things that came up really strongly over that full moon was this need to remove anything that interrupts your peace of mind and interrupts your flow. So that's quite strong in this present energy at this moment in time, or when you read it. We will get another one from the Oracle Fairies. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the Nine of Wands. So this is the wounded warrior. This is somebody who's kind of had enough, bit guarded, dragons having a bit of a lie down, and maybe that's needed. Maybe it's, you know, defences are up when, you know, it's been hard work, it's been a struggle, but it's a resting period. And it also, well, yeah, we're gonna have windy cards today. But yeah, and it's also a little warning sign not to project past hurts onto future situations. So it's almost like, you know, keep your guard up, yes, but don't project your shit onto other people because it's nothing to do with them. But it's definitely going to be a bit windy. I might have to weigh, I use the ravens to weigh the cards down. Me and Asta have bonded finally. I did wonder. She's so independent and not really, yeah, just does her own thing. I was like, oh my God, is she really my cat? And then I thought, well, yeah, of course she's my cat because they've given me a cat, which is a reflection of the way I am. But she actually had a little roll round and she purred. So I think the purr is like, boom. The purr is definitely, yeah, we've bonded. Right, give me something with temperance. Oh, my twin flame candles have split. The lights come off for one of them. Right, so temperance. Give me something with temperance. Past, present and future all in the flow. It's being in the moment, which is really hard. It's really hard to do. Something you can say is, I've no one to be, I've nothing to do, I've nowhere to go. That puts you in the present moment. And here at Four Candles Farm, I'm very much trying to constantly stay in the present moment. Something with temperance. Give us something to go with this temperance card. Yeah, so she's pouring out her emotions, you know, she's not even looking, but she's facing in the right direction, whatever that means to you, whatever direction you're going in, you're in the flow. In the flow. Flourish. And we've got life energy at the bottom. So life energy, the happy fairy of sunshine, just popped out, brings lots of life-giving energy. She reminds you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. So again, that's that inner work, bringing it to light. And it just because it's shadow work, it doesn't mean that it's dark. It's just it's stuff that we tend to keep to ourselves. But her hands are open, and again, this is temperance. This is receiving life force energy. I am open to receiving. I am beautiful, bright, shining white light. That is what that is. I'm open to receiving. And if we were to go up into the sky and look down on us, that's what we look like, stars. We are beautiful, bright, shining white light. Flourish. And again, she's in the water. She's halfway up in, you know, up to maybe her, you know, up to there in her emotions. So flourish. The lotus flower fairy tells you to learn from the experience and shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life or those of others. So again, it's about bringing the light onto anything that might be in the shadows within ourselves. It's always about within ourselves, but flourish is a time of flourishing. It's asking us to clear out anything that might be stopping us from flourishing, letting go of anything that is stopping us from being in the flow. Whispers of healing. I'm on a walk here, I can feel it, my leg's gone funny. Whispers of healing. I love the fact that the sun's come out. So let's have a little look at whispers of healing. So we've got temperance, past, present, future, all flowing nicely together, being in the present moment, in touch with our feelings, focused in the direction we're going, and flourish. Release anything that's in the dark. If there's something that's playing on your mind, or anything that's not clear, let it go. Peace of mind is the most important thing. That's how you get in the flow. That's how you receive source energy. You can't receive source energy if your mind's all over the place. You can stop that wind. Let's see what we get with temperance and flourish. Like I said, we've had 2 poppies pop out this morning. I've had a bird fly through the hut. I've been trying to make a crown for 2 days, but until, I guess, you know, until the work's done, I can't stick it on my head. They want to be in my hands. And that was the confirmation. Okay, give me something on oh, they did. Okay, so the unexpected. I love this card. This is bottom of the deck. You don't see this coming. This is very much like a timeline shift. Now you've got this person who's in what really feels like 3D. She's just come down the stairs. There's gold behind her, which is enlightenment. And all of a sudden, she's turning this corner. And it's like, oh my gosh. She's got a hand on her mouth. She's flabbergasted is the word. So it's unexpected. Something unexpected is coming in, and it's coming round the corner. You may not expect it. That's bottom of the deck. Let's see what else we've got. We've got receive healing. So again, that's about opening up your hands, opening up your heart. Please, can I have healing of the highest level to clear out? And it's a number 1 as well. So on the new moon, it's the beginning of receiving healing in any areas where there might be, you know, unresolved. The thing is with Cancer in the moon and the sun, it's about forgiveness as well. And when we forgive people, that doesn't mean that we're accepting, you know, our part or their part, but it's just releasing that which holds us back. I forgive you. A good affirmation for that is I forgive you for not being the way I wanted you to be. I forgive you, I set you free. That is really powerful healing stuff. But we can ask for this in our sleep. But we have to be open to receiving it. But there is healing available in getting into the flow, getting into the present, being focused on where it is. She's not looking at anything. Has she got her eyes shut? No, her eyes are open. She's focused on where it is she's going and what she's doing. She doesn't even need to look. She fills her own cup. And then we've got get clear. So this is about clearing out anything that is stopping you from flourishing, receiving healing in being able to forgive and forget. But get clear is purple. It's in the mind space. It could be, you know, she hasn't got a pen in her hand. It's number 5, so it's change. So, but she's reading, but it does have this feeling of get clear on what it is that you want. Get clear on what it is that you're manifesting, because it's really powerful manifesting season. So it's about, if we say, oh, I really would like, I never say that to the universe. When I want something or I want to manifest something and it is for my highest good and or the collective or whatever, I demand it. So get clear. Don't be wishy-washy about it, but get clear up here. This could also, like I say, be clearing out repetitive thoughts of possibly the word can't, repetitive thoughts of I'm limited in my abilities, which is a program. It's something that we've been told, especially during school. You can't do this, you can't do that. Absolute bullshit. Get clear on what it is that you want, and then get clear on the outside too. So that's purple. Receive healing. Now that's kind of purple, but it's got this blue and flourish. We're now going to, I'm going to go back, I'm going to put my ravens on those cards so they don't go flying. I'm going to go back to the temperance card and flourish, receive healing and get clear. Let's see, I mean, and that's what she is doing. She is getting clear on her intentions of being in the flow without any distractions. It's about removing the distractions. And shed the inner light on any unclear, so the shedding of the light on unclear situations. If anything's unclear, let it go, because we need to start, you know, living authentically, speaking our truths, being vulnerable, being open. If you feel like being vulnerable, being open and working from your heart space is dangerous, then you've not got the right people around you, and they need clearing out. So give me something more on temperance. Judgment call. We've got the judgment call, which is number 20, which is a beginning and an end. Now judgment isn't about, you know, judging. It's about rebirth. It's, I've had a calling. The trumpets are calling. It's the wake-up call. It's the wake-up call to let go of what no longer serves us. It's the death. It's the death and the rebirth. Have you had a wake-up call? Is there something calling you? It's almost like a dream. You know, feeling out your energies. How do you feel after you've been around certain people? What's playing on your mind? But it's definitely death and rebirth. And then out with that came the Wheel of Fortune. So when we get the wake-up call, when we get clear, when we get in the present moment, into temperance, past, present, future, all flowing in alignment, then the Wheel of Fortune turns. The Wheel of Fortune starts bringing what it is that we want in. So very fortune, not fortune as it's abundance, but the wheel has to keep turning, and it'll only stop turning if we're in a energy of lack. And this is an opportunity to get into temperance, get focused, what it is you want, receive healing in letting go and forgiving anything, anyone that is holding us back from flourishing, getting into source energy, because it is available to everybody, and then the Wheel of Fortune turns. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Knave of Pentacles. Now, the Knave of Pentacles normally comes in when we've closed out a cycle, but it's that beginning of, she's eating fruit. So it's the first pentacle leading up to the Ten of Pentacles. Now, it could be a gift. The universe could gift you because you've done some work here. You've cleared out, you've got clear. You know, you've completed a cycle. And like I say, it could be unexpected. Hi, mate. It could be unexpected. But sometimes I often see this Ace of Pentacles coming in as like a spiritual gift that you can use. So let's get some more. Judgment. And I notice how one's facing one way and one's they're both facing each other. But when I picked them up, they were like that. So it's almost like I heard the judgment call and now I'm focused. Now I know which way I'm going. I'm cleaning up. I'm cleaning out. And unexpected. Could have been unexpected, or something unexpected is coming in. So the Seven of Pentacles is mastering one's craft, going back to school, learning new skills. She's weaving a basket. She's getting help as well. So the sevens are almost like I'm choosing to learn something new. She's weaving this basket. She's getting support. And it's the beginning stages of, but it also is carry on doing what you're doing. The mice are helping her, but she's only at the beginning stages of weaving this basket. So it's learning. It's the student card, I feel. Learning new skills, learning how to possibly sit in the present moment. There's so many distractions out there, and it's up to us where we focus our attention. It takes a hell of a lot, and this is obviously where we're at. You know, have a look at this, have a look at this, have a look at this, this is going on here, this is going on there. It is all of it is to take you out of alignment. Do not get distracted, even, you know, like by the news, by current affairs. We have this opportunity now to sit in the present moment. That fell out on get calm. So, get clear. Get clear. Here we have the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups, she's picking up these cups. She's got seven they're almost like opportunities coming in. She's picking up the cups and she's feeling it out. Is this real? Is this going to fill my heart space? Is this illusion, delusion, options? And that is get clear. Get clear on your options. Get clear if you have options coming in. You know, she's not making a fast decision. She's actually looking at the cup and going, is this going to serve me? Who is this serving? Because we're moving from service, you know, service to self to service to others. And there's options coming in. So this could be the unexpected offers coming in. But get clear on what it is you will and will not accept, what it is you want. I will not settle for anything less. Don't settle for anything that shifts you out of this focus, this peace of mind, in knowing where your emotions are flowing and growing and what direction you're going in. Oh, just the wind confirming, I think, on get clear and flourish. Might need some more crystals. Right, anything else on temperance? Judgment call. Get clear. Wow, the challenge has been accepted. Whatever that landed on the Seven of Cups. And this is, I have just been through. So the Knight of Swords is, it can be news coming in. But Swords is always the truth. It is piercing through the rose. This is clarity. Now this knight here is armoured up. The raven on her head represents the knowledge. And then she's got her armour on. She's accepted the path. I'm going to accept this challenge. But I'm ready for it. Whatever it is, it's a new path. So there's either news coming in or clarity. She's pierced through this rose. So that is something coming to light. But this could be someone coming in with news or clarity or even options. But I'm accepting the challenge. And is she going in the same way as Temperance? It's the same kind of energy. I'm focused. I've got my sword. I can cut ties with anything or anyone that disturbs my peace of mind. And she's on her knees. She's about to get up. And then that fell out with the Chariot. So again, this is integrating the shadow and the light, clearing out anything that's lurking or making you feel indecisive, and grabbing it by the harness and moving in a new direction. She's in blue, so there's protection around this, whatever it is. And also blue representing the throat chakra. So it could have been, no is a no, I'm off this way. I'm going to get on my chariot and I'm going. I'm integrating my shadow work and my light. This is who I am. We're not perfect, but we are illuminated in that. In the fact that we're not perfect. No one's perfect. Two of Swords, back and forth on a decision. I'm going to get the craft, no I'm not, I was going to go to mine and just see if I get anything from those. So Temperance, Flourish, Receive Healing. I think this is in forgiveness. It feels like forgiveness. Get clear on what it is you want, what it is you will accept, what it is you won't accept, what it is you want to manifest. There's options coming in. If you have offers coming in, feel them out. Put yourself, you can actually put yourself forward into a situation and go, how does that feel? How does that feel? I'm already there. How does that feel? Does it fill my cup? That's not selfish. If it doesn't fill your cup, it's a no. All right, I'm going to go. I'm going to go with the top one because so we've got the pool and we've got So I'm going to go with this one. They're all upside down and everything, right? Here we go. This feels like the options, it's higher level consciousness coming in with almost like treats. This is the unexpected. There's a butterfly on the cup. So this is a cup, there's two cups, right? There's two cups. But this is higher level consciousness. Two cups with a butterfly on one. So it is filling one's own cup, but on a higher level, it's actually the Two of Cups. But it feels like a gift, and it is unexpected. There's cake. Yeah, it's on gold. So, yeah, green and gold cups. Actually, one of them might... No, they are both cups with cakes. Something sweet. Something very sweet and mystical. But I'm going to go with this. all. So, and by the light of the moon, what's hidden will show up soon. These waters are still. Practice patience and endeavour to grant free will. Open your heart to the depths of all that you feel. So that fell out with, I think that's probably just what we've gone through, but it could still also be in this new moon. It's brand new beginnings, definitely closing out some stuff in order to get clear, in order to sit in temperance, past, present, future, in the flow. Even if, you know, the emotions come up, you just let them flow out. Right, give me something more on this temperance, on this new moon in Cancer. I think the sun's in Cancer too, so, but let me know if I've got that wrong. And then we've got a Jupiter alignment. So this is surrender, the Hanged Man, the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands is I'm carrying too much. I've got too many responsibilities, I'm carrying too many burdens. What ones of these burdens are mine? It's putting the burdens down. And the Ten of Swords is being stabbed in the back, basically. And the 10 and the 10 is 20, which is the judgment call. Are you going to carry on having people who, you know, this could be healing, but in this whole healing process, it's like, oh, where have these swords come from? You know, this often happens when we're about to timeline jump, or after we've timeline jumped. We suddenly get this like, oh, so-and-so said this, so-and-so said that, you know, you've done this, you've done that, whatever. It's because you've timeline jumped and you're leaving people behind. And often that leaves a bit of Ten of Swords energy with the people that we actually don't bring with us, and we can't take everyone with us. So a lot of it is this weight is too heavy. It's almost putting the burdens down. Whatever this was is not your responsibility, and that's get clear. Getting clear on what's mine and what's not mine. What am I responsible for? I'm responsible for myself. I'm responsible for my emotions. I'm responsible for looking after myself, filling one's cup. I'm responsible for my responses instead of reactions. They are all your responsibilities. Anything else is a burden. And this is what the judgment call is. In order for us to get into this state of temperance, she's not heavy. She's in yellow. We got given 2 yellow roses yesterday, and I just want to say beautiful thank you to Kate for visiting 2 yellow roses, and they smelt. You can't find smelly roses anymore, but that is solar plexus energy. So the wake up call was who's around you, who might be, you know, sabotaging you, stabbing you in the back. What responsibilities are yours? Are you carrying the burden? Are you carrying too much? Judgment call, get into, I am focused on where I'm going, what it is I'm doing, and what I am responsible for. 9 of, oh yeah, so I'm not sure I can show this one, but the Hanged Man, he's got his little dinky out. The Hanged Man is, I let go of my need to control outcomes. I get in the flow, I surrender to. And he's being hung upside down, so his hands are tied behind his back, so he can't actually control anything. And he's viewing things from a different angle. Which could be, what is my responsibility? Am I carrying too much of everybody else's weight? Am I, you know, these wounds, they could be past hurts as well. They need healing. But it's like from the 10 to the Knight of Swords, I'm going to get up, I'm going to armour up. I've taken on this new way of being, thinking, moving, you know. I'm going to weigh up my options. This is manifesting energy. This is daydreaming. She's actually daydreaming and looking into those balls and going, oh, I could have a little bit of this, or I could possibly do that, or I could, you know, feeling it all out. Let's see what else we get with Temperance. And we have the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords is, there is no rush, right? This is the whole thing that we had the opportunity to learn during lockdown, is that there is nowhere to be, unless obviously you had to work, but nowhere to be, no one to be, nothing to do, nowhere to go. Present moment. And the Four of Swords, that's exactly what he's doing. He's sitting, he's put his swords down, he's in a state of healing, but he's just still. So that, like it said, receive healing. Receive healing. There may have been, you know, especially over that full moon, it did reveal a lot. It did reveal, you know, what responsibilities we were, what are ours, and you may need some time out to heal from that. Resting period. The Four of Swords, this came out sideways. It's the Empress, but she's sideways on top of the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords and the Chariot at the bottom. So this is something that's coming in. When it comes out sideways, this is what needs healing. And the Empress is divine feminine, pregnant with new ideas, harvest time, manifesting energy, very, you know, full moon, new moon, Cancer feeling. She's the mother. She's the mother of kingdoms. You know, her arms are full of fruit that she's bared, but because it came out sideways, like that. I'm going to really try and do this. Came out sideways like that, which means and the Empress is in both the male and the female. But it came out sideways, which means that these two need to be worked on. Healing old wounds, getting rid of anything that may be trying to sabotage your movement, but healing old wounds and putting burdens down or responsibilities down that don't belong to you. And then we can get into this Empress energy. And she is the divine mother. With the Chariot again at the bottom. And those wounds... Oh, hang on, let me just go and grab the one that flew. Because it might have a... Oh, might have a real... Another message. Receive healing. Okay, so that is exactly... That flew out over there. Receiving, and again, so, right, they are flying for a reason. Receive healing from any, and this could be generational as well, any swords in the back that weren't, you know, yours. They may have affected you, and you may still be carrying them, but receive healing flew out on that. And then Chariot, again, that's two lots of chariots. And this one has got the white horse and the dark horse. And she's illuminated, so whatever's come to light, the illumination in the knowledge that she's learned and the skills that she's learned, she's taking a new direction. I'm integrating my shadow and my light. I'm doing the inner work. I'm also doing it in a positive way. I'm doing it in a way to inspire. I'm sharing it, even just by sharing it, by voicing it, by, you know, singing about it, writing about it, sharing it, and moving forward in a different direction to lots of Chariot. Am I going on to, and then the Queen of Cups was just about to pop. That landed on the Ten of Swords. So, this isn't something that's going to happen overnight. This is slow, steady progress forward. The Knight of Cups, oh my God, please. The Knight of Pentacles does what he says on the tin. If he says he's going to do something, he does it. He's reliable, he's trustworthy. But this is healing in the divine masculine, in the beginning stages. So that Ten of Swords could be childhood wounds that possibly affected the ability to get out in the world grounded in abundance, material, root chakra stuff, and this is slow, steady progress forward. This is healing that. Lovers at the bottom, Five of Swords, winning at all costs. That's mind games. Let's see, you may have had to cut ties, walk away from anything or anyone who puts you out of temperance, which is, so justice, weighing up the scales. This fell on the Four of Swords and the Hangman, and there's an owl next to him, her, but she's got the scales in her hand. Justice is it balanced? Is what you're giving out in equal measure to what you're receiving? Are you working from a place of justice? But he's got the sword. So he actually, if this isn't actual justice as in legal stuff, it's spiritual justice as in cutting ties. This is what the sword is for. Cutting ties through wisdom with anything that is not in equal balance of giving and receiving. Out of alignment. Six of Wands, moving on to calmer waters. So if we had two hands, man. No, just the one. Right, I'm going to go to the Labyrinth cards. No, Labyrinth fairies, where are they? I made, over the solstice, we're having a labyrinth here, and I made the worm, and we're going to make him a wall to sit in as the guardian of the labyrinth. If you haven't seen the labyrinth, but the person who done all the artwork on this is Brian Freud, and he created all the characters in the film The Labyrinth. And I astounded myself. I never thought I would have the skills to be able to do it. Okay, it wasn't perfect, it doesn't matter. But, you know, we now have a guardian of the labyrinth. Right, Labyrinth fairies, what would you like to give with this reading about temperance, the judgment call, taking the reins, being in control of which way you're going, feeling out the options and doing the healing, putting down the burdens that no longer, putting down the burdens that no longer serve us, and that was the Hanged Man and now the Empress, the right way up. So I let go of control of outcomes, of anything that I'm not in control of, you know, because trying to be in control of outcomes is a burden in itself. 37, Lubius the Wild. Ooh, he looks a bit mental. I'm going to, I'll get the book out. Let's see what he wants to say. That jumped very quick. He's number 57, which is haste, impulsiveness, fire, spontaneity and balance, temperance. So, can you see him? Let's move him over here. There we go. This card says wild creative energies are being brought to whatever position it represents in the card. It often fires up the things that surround it, energising them as well. It tells us that it's important to think and act creatively, and it says that the energy to do so is available. He's really green, isn't he? New approaches are called for here. Old ideas and old behaviours will not do it. Sometimes it may be useful to draw another card or do additional readings. Alternatively, he may be telling you to go for something. For example, another member of the Oracle discussion group was at a convention, and a man was demonstrating electronic devices. She was not particularly interested in them, but he and she talked about different meters and tools. She started to walk away, and then she thought, no, I've got to do this. She went back and she said to him, I don't think I'll ever forgive myself if I don't tell you that I think I'm in love with you. They've been happily married for many years now. Sometimes it's important to take a risk of making a fool of yourself to gain something amazing and wonderful and miraculous. Sometimes go for it now. It's important to do so, and sometimes it isn't. If the only reason for caution is that you're afraid of looking silly, it probably is time to go for it. So that's what I was saying at the beginning about being open and about being vulnerable. It takes strength. You need to keep an eye on him. Don't let him have control of your schedule or accelerate in your car. Always thinks going faster and taking chances is better, and sometimes he's even right. Use sense and stay grounded. Thank you very much. Where's the cards? There they are. So, stay grounded, focused, but be honest. Okay, that came out reversed, so that is upside down. Now that to me, because Indy is about making decisions, going back and forth, he's got to drop something here. He's got two balls, but it came out upside down. And there again is the Empress. So I'm going to have a look at the reverse of that, because I would say, just off the top of my head, that either there's an avoidance in making the decision, or it's already been made. So let's put in the way he came out, which was like that. On the other hand, Indy may be right to hesitate. He may not have enough information to make an informed decision, and neither may you. Hesitate while you question. Find out more. True, we never have all the real guarantees from the universe about our decisions and their outcomes, but caution is appropriate here. Learn more. Get agreements in writing, which again represents temperance. If it doesn't feel right, maybe it isn't right. So that's that Seven of Cups. That's what I said about feeling out the cup, putting yourself in, is this going to fill my cup or not? If it doesn't feel right, maybe it isn't right. Consider well before you make promises about this, but once you do make the commitment, stick to it. So there's just a little bit of, like I say, it's the hanged man. It's like hands behind the back, seeing things from a different angle, and not jumping in. You know, I let go of my control of outcomes. We can still move in directions without actually having to. Six of Swords is moving on to calmer waters. That's a decision. That's a decision to move away from chaos. And that's in the mind as well as in the reality. Any more? Oh, they're flying everywhere. So that was the Six of Swords. Just went that way. Right, one more from the fairies, and then I'm going to close with a rose. Let me know if this is resonating. I have to watch them back. I can't. Sometimes a couple of days later, I just say what you see and then put it all together after. Say what you see. Okay, we've got the Ra. We've got Azrael the parrot. He's got his finger on his throat chakra and his antennae are on fire. Let me put those down. So what fell out was 14, which is, I love this. I love this. It's the maiden, new beginnings and growth. Look at her, she's so cute. You couldn't ask for a more auspicious card than this if you are beginning something new. Spontaneity, joy, growth, exhilaration and promise for the future are all signified here. We must note that also in the early stages of any process, there is vulnerability and a need for protection. So that's in that Knight of Swords with the armour on. But don't project. Protect, don't project. Right, we must, early stages, vulnerability, shelter and guidance, but there's also a magical impetus towards beguiling growth. Trust the process. That is what the Temperance is, trusting the process. She's not looking in the cup, she's just pouring from it. But take care of the details as well. Consider what is growing in your... No, the maiden is also the inner child who needs to be under supervision of a competent inner adult in order for her to feel secure and loved. She's not happy when we spoil her. Consider what's growing in your life. Make a list, get clear of your hopes and dreams. That's what she's doing. Where are we? Sorry. Make a list of your hopes and dreams and plans. Look for the growth within and think about how you can cherish and nurture that. Bless the growth you see around you. Beautiful card. And again, it's the a new moon in Cancer. It's that mother energy. That is the Empress. It's that nurturing, but it's got to be done on the inside. And then we have the Ra, which is 52. The Ra, it feels powerful. Powerful. I'm going in the wrong direction. Ha ha ha. Ra. The Ra, this is wild energy and pure potential. And it's blue as well. A Ra in your cards encourages you to be especially attentive to what you are doing with your energy and intentions. Don't get carried away by the Ra's bouncy enthusiasm, but do take advantage of the energy. You can accomplish a great deal with the energy being made available to you. This is a good time. Note that the Ra is not grounded and is not meant to be, but humans need to keep their feet firmly on the ground. um, on earth. When you encounter the Ra, breathe slowly, centre, earth yourself, and be clear about objectives, and then go for them. Beautiful. Was there? Oh, and the parrot. Right, number 5. I think this is to do with number 50. This is about communicating. Yep, communication. Clear communication. Vitally important here. Strive for verbal brilliance. Listen carefully and be articulate. Be willing to calmly debate the issues and explore the details with others. Open communication will enhance the chances of success all round. I will also suggest that the querent watch for body language, incomplete sentences and unfinished thoughts, and try to discover what these signals are meant to get across. So it's kind of like tuning in. Sometimes there's more said when people are silent than when they actually speak. So I'm going to close with a rose, if they let me. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And then I may try and make my crown again. Close this beautiful reading on the new moon in Cancer, and I think the sun is in Cancer, and it's about forgiving and nurturing and mothering, and you know, there is that slight, there's always that slight care control. You may feel it, you may be it, or it might be a shadow in you that needs clearing out. It's that kind of like, oh, you know, I want to know what you're doing because I care about you. And it is a form of control. And we did see it. We've seen it on the world stage, so we can recognise it. So I think that possibly after the sun, silver lining, relief, hope, mercy, it's over, acceptance. I release control of outcomes, which was bottom of the deck, but the actual card that fell out was the Mother Rose. Returning to each other, compassion. I feel like crying. Okay, it's Cancer season. I've got Cancer moon, so yeah, there might be a few tears. The Mother Rose, returning to each other, compassion and humanity. Can you see it? Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. Ah, I love you lots. Happy new moon.